Career opportunities for sports lovers. Welcome to Careers for Sports Lovers. We're going to explore careers that may spark a fire and/or inspire you to consider an alternative career choice. We'll take a look at ways you can find materials in the vast collection of the Maricopa County Library. If you love sports, but being a professional athlete doesn't appeal to you, there are high-paying sports jobs out there that will bring you close to being on the field. Our first career choice, sports photographer. I'm going to recommend some suggested titles for you. Our first book is Stories Behind the Images, Lessons from a Career in Adventure Photography by Corey Rich. Corey Rich is one of the most sought-after photographers in action sports. Energetic, thoughtful, and humorous essays reveal how iconic images of climbers, kayakers, surfers, explorers, runners, and more were captured. Extreme environments require an extreme photographer. From his early days working out of his dorm room and shooting on film to become a Nikon ambassador and official photographer of the historic Don Wall ascent, Corey tells how he got some of his favorite images of climbers, adventurers, skiers, performance artists, and more. He shares insights into the business of photography, photography tips, outdoor lessons, and what he has learned about human nature along the way. The next title is Best of Digital Photography Book Series, Parts 1 to 5, The Step-by-Step Secrets for How to Make Your Photos Look Like the Pros, by Scott Kelby. Scott Kelby teaches digital photographers how to take professional quality shots using the same tricks today's top digital pros use. In this best of edition of the digital photography book, Scott combs through all 5 titles for the gems, adding new images, new advice, and new tips in this curated and hand-picked edition. You'll find everything that made the first 5 titles a success. Scott answering questions, giving out advice, and sharing the secrets he's learned just like he would with a friend without all the technical explanations and techie photo speak. This book will help digital photographers shoot dramatically better looking, sharper, more colorful, more professional looking photos every time. Our next title is Digital Photography Masterclass, Advanced Techniques for Creating Perfect Pictures by Tom Ang. Digital Photography Masterclass is a one-on-one photography course perfect for readers looking to master advanced techniques. This book is structured around tutorials, assignments, and projects and featuring key advice from experts. It provides the perfect guide to developing skills with your camera. With expert guidance and encouragement from Tom, readers will learn how to snap masterful, stunning photographs. This book is updated with the latest developments in technology and equipment, including new cameras, photo editing methods, and importing pictures. This book also teaches you how to take expert photographs using expert techniques. The next title, Night and Low Light Photography Photo Workshop by Alan Hess. This is a resource that sheds light on the unique challenges of night and low light photography. With their unique sets of challenges, night and low light photography are often touted as some of the most difficult and frustrating genres of digital photography. This much-needed guide demystifies any murky topics, provides you with all the information you need to know, from choosing the right gear and camera settings to how to best edit your photos in post-production. Renowned photographer Hess shares techniques and indispensable tips that he has garnered from years of experience. Helpful projects and full-color, stunning photographs in each chapter serve to educate and inspire, while assignments at the end of every chapter encourage you to practice your skills and upload your photos to a website so you can share and receive critiques. It details best practices for taking portraits, landscapes, and action shots in night or low light. It features specific coverage of concert photography and low light event photography. It answers the most frequent questions that photographers face while tackling this challenging technique. This book is packed with individual and invaluable advice and instruction. This book will not leave you in the dark. The next career is athletic trainer. An athletic trainer differs from a personal trainer. Many people think athletic trainers and personal trainers are the same career, but they are not. There's a significant difference in the education, skill set, and job duties of an athletic trainer versus that of a personal trainer. Athletic training uses a medical model for professional education that includes both instructive and clinical education. Athletic trainers help individuals with preventing and treating injuries, while personal trainers lead exercises and workout routines for individuals. Athletic trainers are healthcare workers who diagnose and treat those who have sustained injuries to their muscles and bones. They also teach others how to prevent injuries. Their patients are usually athletes, but others might seek treatment as well. An athletic trainer works under the direction of a physician. Athletic trainers are highly qualified, multi-skilled healthcare professionals who work as part of a collaborative, interprofessional healthcare system. They work with physicians and other healthcare professionals to provide injury, illness prevention, and wellness protection, clinical evaluation and diagnoses, immediate and emergency care, treatment and rehabilitation, and organizational and professional health and well-being. If you decide to become an athletic trainer, your job prospects are good. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, this field is projected to grow 21% between 2014 and 2024, much faster than the average for all occupations. Athletic training is recognized by the American Medical Association, Health Resources Services Administration, and the Department of Health and Human Services as a healthcare professional. I have a few books to explore the career option more fully. The first one is Careers in Healthcare, Athletic Trainers by Jennifer Hunsaker. Athletic trainers are an important part of the healthcare system. With more than 25,000 trainers in the country, these medical professionals are beginning to find themselves in settings other than sports team businesses, the military, police, fire departments, and schools. What does it take to become an athletic trainer? The process might surprise you. From education statistics to the history of the profession to the job outlook for the future, readers will travel into the world of the athletic trainer and see what it's like to help athletes, soldiers, and employees alike. The next title is A Career as an Athletic Trainer by Mary Lane Cambert. Athletic trainers work with teams and individual athletes to help treat and prevent injuries. They get athletes into their best possible physical condition. Readers are provided guidance to become future athletic trainers, where they can find the right education and how to navigate the sometimes difficult task of looking for a job. The next title is Athletic Trainer from the Cool STEAM Careers by Samantha Bell. Readers will learn what it takes to succeed as an athletic trainer. The book also explains the necessary educational steps, useful character traits, potential hazards, and daily job tasks related to the career. Sidebars include thought-provoking trivia. Questions in the back ask for text-dependent analysis. Photos, a glossary, and additional resources are included. The next career is Sports Event Manager. Sport events managers deal with various amounts of issues relating to planning, organizing, leading, and delivering sports events. Their area of responsibility can be very broad or very specific, depending on factors like the size of the sport event. Sport event management professionals plan competitions that are both spectacular and safe for everyone participating or watching. Managers are essential to today's mega events, which involve big budget production, massive audiences, global broadcasting, and enormous local impact. However, professional guidance can be a worthwhile investment for smaller scale competitions as well. A local 5K race is very different from a world-class marathon, but it still takes careful planning and specialized resources to ensure operations go off without a hitch. There are a wide range of managerial challenges that can affect the success of a sport event, and each one comes with its own demands. The sport event manager may have responsibilities that cross every facet of putting on a great show, ranging from managing relationships with sport national governing bodies to deliver on their expectations, to collaborating with PR professionals or ensuring that amenities like Wi-Fi are ready for an influx of excited sports fans. The first book is Sports Arena and Event Management from the Careers Off the Field series by Jim Gigliotti. It's a full house for tonight's game. The stadium is rocking for a championship contest. Fans are lined up around the block to get into the arena, and you're responsible for making sure they all have a good time. Sports venues, big and small, need creative, hardworking people to operate them. Do you have the organizational skills to succeed in this busy field? Put on your headset and some running shoes and get ready to take on the challenge. If you want to stay in the game in any way you can, Careers Off the Field is for you. Every book shows you ways to combine your passion for sports with a way to make sports your career, even if you're not putting on a uniform. The next title is Careers in Sports and Fitness from the Exploring Careers series by Deborah Schmidt. Careers in sports and fitness are among the most exciting and fastest growing occupations in the United States today. Comments from people in the industry, current statistics and forecasts, and realistic descriptions provide a useful look at sports and fitness jobs ranging from athletic trainers to recreation therapists to sports medicine physicians. Schmidt highlights the positions of athletic trainer, fitness instructor, physical education teacher, reactional therapist, sports dietitian, sporting events planner, and sports medicine physician. A chapter is devoted to each job and describes what the work entails, the education requirements, and an estimated salary range. Most importantly, the text features quotes from interviews with real practitioners as well as useful projections for growth in each position. This succinct presentation includes a smattering of full-color photographs, helpful at-a-glance sidebars, and a listing of professional organizations and unions at the end of each chapter. The next following titles will examine various careers in the sports industry. Our first title is Great Jobs in Sports by Heidi Carolyn Feldman. For many people, both male and female, working in sports is a dream job. The range of opportunities for sports professionals include employment in many a growing number of fields with specializations related to sports, including sports doctors, sports writers, coaches, and more. While working in sports is highly competitive, motivated and well-prepared job seekers may find their dream jobs in today's growing and changing industry. Comments from people in the industry, current statistics and forecasts, and realistic descriptions provide a useful look at sports jobs ranging from athletes to sports writers to sports psychologists. The next title is The Score of a Lifetime, 25 Years Talking Chicago Sports by Terry Boers. For 25 years, Chicago sports fans invited Terry into their homes, cars, and offices as one of the premier voices of the city's first sports radio station, WSRC. Listeners from all walks of life embraced his offbeat sense of humor and brutal honesty, and the one-time Sun-Times columnist became one of the Windy City's most recognizable voice by the time of his retirement. In his highly anticipated memoir, the often guarded Boers delivers a treasure trove of lively anecdotes and personal reflection from his life and career. From racing down drag strips in Chicago's south suburbs to breathing rare air covering a young Michael Jordan. From raucous banter with Mike Ditka during the Score's early days to years spent alongside Dan Bernstein before signing off in 2017. Terry opens up about his own battle with cancer in 2016 which required multiple surgeries. This is a must-read to the thousands of listeners who welcomed him into their lives every day. The Score of a Lifetime is a free-wheeling, frank portrait of a man, a career, and pioneering radio station. The next title, Pro Sports Careers in the Behind the Scenes series by Danielle S. Hammerleth. This brief book takes readers on a behind-the-scenes tour of 10 ways to earn a living in the world of sports and recreation, including practical tips on how to prepare for each career. There's fascinating facts, fun pictures, and easy-to-read sidebars which highlight informative text about some of the most interesting jobs that take place behind the scenes in professional sports. Readers will get a glimpse at what it takes to make it as a coach, team position, sportscaster, and more, and find out what goes on behind the glamour. Our next title, Cool Careers Without College for People Who Love Sports. This is from the Cool Careers Without College series by Carla Mooney. Whether a reader's interests are in playing sports, coaching, or simply sharing a sports experience with others, he or she will find a foothold in this extensive career guide. There are many career options within the field of sports, and as this title will show readers, several of them don't require higher education. This guide breaks down these options, offering a long list of online and offline resources for the determined career seeker and several first-person accounts from professionals in the field. The next title is How to Become a Sports Agent by Mel Stein. While the job of a sports agent is simple in principle, find the best contracts, endorsements, and sponsorships for clients, in practice, it's a tricky and often confusing profession. This thorough volume provides essential information and invaluable hints on every aspect of the sports career path, with topics addressed including how to create and verify watertight legal contracts, how to draft and negotiate successful marketing, merchandising, licensing, and sponsorship deals, and how to act as both a good agent and a good personal advisor. There's tips on acquiring new clients and keeping all parties happy as your clientele expands. Round out this indispensable resource. The next title is So You Want to Work in Sports, The Ultimate Guide to Exploring the Sports Industry by Joanne Mattern. In this spirited fourth installment of the popular Be What You Want series, veteran children's author Joanne Mattern shares the secret to building a career in sports. From star athlete to sportscaster, she outlines the very positions that keep the ball rolling in the sports arena. Whatever one's skills, math, art, performance, the perfect sports job is waiting for you. With tips from successful athletes and professionals, inspiring biographies of young people working in sports today, games, and a huge list of resources, kids will find everything they need to get up and run in a career in sports. Learn about exciting careers such as coach, sports writer, agent, pro athlete, sports medicine, photographer, talent scout, and more. The next title is STEM Jobs in Sports by Rick Ramos. Some of the most exciting careers are in STEM fields. A strong STEM education will allow you to research, test, and build new things. Learn about what role STEM plays in the sports industry. The sports engineers who design uniforms that keep players safe and protected from injury, also allowing them to move faster and improve their statistics, to improving the materials used to make the balls, bats, and other equipment used to play these sports. There are many different careers in STEM sports that are all highlighted, including what degrees it takes to obtain these jobs and what each of these people do. So if you love sports, you may want to consider a career in one of these fields. This book will allow students to learn that cause and effect relationships are routinely identified, tested, and used to explain change. The next title is Dream Jobs in Sports Finance and Administration by Marty Gitlin. Many people dream of making it to the big leagues, but very few will make it there as athletes. This doesn't mean that the dream of a career in the sports industry should be discarded. Those who have an interest in business, finance, and management should set their sights on sports finance and administration. This highly practical career guide highlights the various academic and professional pathways that one can follow to arrive at a career in the sports industry. It comes fully loaded with resource lists of college programs, Bureau of Labor Statistics data, and at-a-glance fact sheets. Next title, Unusual and Awesome Jobs in Sports, Pro Team Mascot, Pit Crew Member, and More by Jeremy Johnson. This book offers fascinating facts, figures, and pictures that highlight informative text about some of the most interesting and extreme jobs in the field of sports. Young readers will learn what kind of training it takes to be a pro team mascot, how much money a NASCAR pit crew member makes, and what exactly a Zamboni driver does. The next title is Dream Jobs in Sports Media, from the Great Careers in the Sports Industry series by Daniel E. Harmon. There's nothing like the emotions athletes feel in victory and defeat. Sports coverage provides a similar rush for the media professionals who witness the action and make it real for their audiences. In this volume, readers learn about the exciting careers of sports writers, announcers, and the dedicated professionals who work away from the public eye and the skills and preparation that these jobs require. Print and broadcast employers need workers talented and trained in writing and speaking, electronics and art, and photography and personal communications. Sidebars profile sports journalists, photographers, and commentators such as ESPN's Holly Rowe. Sail for a Living by Sue Pelling. How to give up the desk job and find your perfect new career on and around the water. If working on or near a boat all year round is your idea of heaven, then this book is for you. Author Sue Pelling, an experienced racing, sailor, and yachting journalist, knows how anyone can create a career calibrated to suit their particular boating passion. In this book, she discusses all facets of the boating industry, with sections that cover charter, superyacht, sailing school, marine industry, media, racing, and gap and summer jobs. Not only does she discuss jobs you never knew existed, she offers tips on the quickest career paths. Loaded with industry secrets and salary details, the book includes extensive interviews from people who enjoy successful careers in the sailing industry, with warnings of the possible pitfalls only those in the industry are aware of. It offers an achievable first step into the sailing industry for anyone who wants to escape the traditional rat race. The author is a keen racing sailor and journalist who writes for Yachting World, Yachting Monthly, and Practical Boat Owner. Whether it's as a dinghy instructor, a super yacht skipper, a sailmaker, or a yachting photographer, there's a job for you if boats, sailing, and the sea are truly your passion. The next title is Dream Jobs in Sports Refereeing by Larry Gerber. Being an athlete is not the only way to experience the thrills of a sports game firsthand. Referees and sports officials usually spend more time in the field or in the arena than athletes themselves, and are often just as instrumental to the outcome and enjoyment of a game. Pursuing a career in sports officiating requires a love of the sport, an eye for detail, and patience, among a host of other qualities. This exciting volume details the keys to ensuring fairness, safety, and sportsmanship on the field, and the skills required to become a successful sports official. Our final title is Dream Jobs in Sports Scouting by Marty Gitlin. In this lively career guide, readers who hope to be a scout learn that there are high school and college scouts who find and judge talent, professional scouts who assess players on rival teams for possible trades or free agent signings, and advanced scouts We evaluate players from other organizations and report back to their coaches about how best to attack or defend them in upcoming games. The job requires a willingness to travel, a keen eye for talent, and knowledge of an athlete's strengths and weaknesses. There's handy material in the back of the book that lists educational programs, BLS information, and key career facts. Well, that's all the titles that I have for you today. Remember, you don't have to be a professional athlete to make money in sports. There are plenty of high-paying jobs for people just like you who love sports. If you decided you'll never make the pros as a player or just are not interested in contact sports yourself, then it's just a matter of narrowing down your occupation of choice. Don't give up. There are plenty of people working behind the scenes to make sporting events happen. Are you game? Well, I hope this presentation assists you in exploring the many exciting jobs available to sports fans. There are more titles available in our catalog and in e-media resources. Thank you for joining me today. Please check out the library website at www.mcldaz.org for more virtual programs. The library also offers downloadable audios, streaming movies, lifelong learning, and more, all free with a library card. Until next time, stay safe.